remember, the universe has this ultimate marketing principle. So marketing to the universe be like, give the universe what it wants, and you can have anything you want. And the universe only wants from you very simple things, super straightforward. It wants you to be in sync with what it does because you're part of it. So it kind of punishes, not in a human uh, understanding, like nobody sits there with a pencil, goes like, oh, bad boy, would rather send him something nasty so he learns his lesson. It's not like that. So imagine the universe as a current that goes in a certain direction. And so what it wants of you is to go together with that flow and not be a rock in its path. So being a rock in its path is what starts creating bad things in people's lives, because imagine if all the energy around you flows in a certain direction and you're trying to go either against it or not moving at all, then all that water and debris and whatever else the water carries hits you all the time, and you're like, oh, why is my life such pain? And that is because you're sticking out, you're going against that flow, and so the universe responds to it a certain way. And these are almost like physical forces. They're metaphysical forces, but they operate on the same kind of level in terms of they are not personal. So it doesn't matter. So, for example, this is an answer of, oh, why such a good person has so many misfortunes in life, and when a bad person is like super lucky, because from the universal standpoint, um, morality is different. So if you want to be like a super moral person, follow the flow of the universe in many ways. Okay, so actually being evil is going against that flow. So, and there is a set of rules that if you follow them, um everything is going to be peachy, and the universe wants you to grow with it, because as you know, our current stage of the universe's evolution is expansion. So everything is expanding, everything is becoming bigger. The stars are moving away from each other, the shift of spectrum and all of that. So what it wants of you is to follow the same trend. So it wants you to be as persistent and relentless at evolving and becoming a greater version of you, like a bigger version of you. Not physically bigger, but bigger energetically, like a bigger cluster of energy. So the way the universe sees you is not like your face, for example, not the way you see yourself in the mirror. The universe sees you as a bundle of energy. And so that bundle of energy, from the universe's standpoint, because it's part of it, part of the system, so it wants all the parts of the system to be coherent and to serve their purpose. This is why it's so important to serve your purpose, because by serving your purpose, you are aligned with that universal flow. You can get anything you want. And all you need to do is to recognize that, and recognize that right now you're like at level 0, let's say, like a seed of what you can be. But the universe wants you to become from that seed into a fully grown plant. So everything you do should be ideally aligned with that idea, that you become a greater version of you. So you become more like your higher self, basically a bigger bundle of energy, so a stronger one, a stronger point of influence. And from that standpoint, you can then think of the activity that you want to do. This is why, for example, for you, it's so difficult to find something right and nothing feels right, because nothing is. Because where you are right now, you can't see where you want to go. The simplest example of it is this. Imagine that you are in a forest and you want to find your way to the nearest town. But you don't have your phone, you don't have a compass, you don't have anything. So you're just there. And well, you don't know where the nearest town is, can be anywhere, right? But you've got a mountain in front of you. And then some coaches come to you and say, hey, I can coach you how to get there. And like, I can coach you on how to get through a forest, or I can coach you how to cross a stream. And you're like, yeah, that seems cool. But then you keep crossing streams and walking through forest, and it's like never ending. Nothing ever changes because you're still on the same level. So you don't really see where you are. Now, if you decide to climb that mountain, and this is like an analogy to elevating yourself, to growing into a greater version of you. To start climbing up physically, you suddenly start seeing a lot more than before. Because if you climb higher than the trees, you can see where the forest ends. You can see there may be some other mountains over there. There may be a little hut or a little house somewhere where you can ask for directions. And if you climb even higher, you may actually see where that town is that you want to go to. So now you go, aha, now I can easily get there because it's just like, oh, it's northwest. Easy. Okay. So if you're in the forest, it doesn't matter if you cross this stream or the other, because you don't really know where you're going. You don't have a sense of direction. So as you climb up, you see where that thing is. And maybe you even see a better town to go to. So you thought you wanted to go to that one, but now with that clarity, with that huge view in front of you, you can choose that, right, this place over there seems actually a lot better. And now you can just go there. So in our development is like that. And this is why no matter what you do at the foot of the mountain, it's the same. It's not going to take you anywhere. Sometimes, occasionally, people can meander blindly and stumble into something that they want or similar, but it's a very small percentage. So I would not want to rely on that kind of luck because, see, you're already 42. Yeah, 42. And so imagine like spending another 40 years walking through the forest and thinking, oh, is that the right thing to do? No, instead, think of that greatest expression of you that can exist and start embodying it every single day. So make it your relentless routine, just as you work out relentlessly. Make it relentless that you absolutely have to level up every single day. That every single day there should be at least like 0.5% of improvement, but you never stop. And that is the most important thing.